In the creative space, I really think that there's only two kinds of people. Number one, we have the practitioners, those who are doing, those who are creating content, those who are trying, failing, and hopefully one day succeeding. On the flip side, I also think there's theorists, the folks that stand behind the comment section and talk about those who are doing, those who want to get wrapped up in arguments, things like what lens is better than this, oh, Instagram shadow banning, and all kinds of other stuff. Let's break down the difference between the two and let's see where each one of us falls as a creative.
A born hustler, mom engraved me with the words. She always told me I was perfect, son, go get what you deserve. There's winners and there's losers, stay upon the former king. Bite your tongue for not assaulting, fuck opinions till it stings out. See, ain't nobody gonna hand you no help, and ain't no cosigns or label, mom, I did it myself.
We're getting real, so you know I had to get some coffee about this one. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. So we're talking practitioners versus theorists. Which one are you? And notice I didn't say which one do you want to be, because that is totally in your control. Practitioners are those of us that do. They're the ones that execute. They're the ones that take the risks. They're the ones that are out there on the field shooting. They're the ones out there in their office curating posts and sending it off to the world. They're the ones that are building that business. They're the ones like you, and they're the ones like me that are out there getting their hands dirty, down there in the trenches, building the clientele, building an audience, building influence, and ultimately trying to grow and add value to the world. Now, the good news with all of this is that it really is ultimately up to you to decide day in, day out, hour after hour. It's totally up to you and totally up to me to decide whether or not we're gonna be a practitioner or we're gonna be a theorist. This is ultimately a lifelong battle. Ooh, the flowers are starting to bloom on the trees. Check this out.
I work to find the finer things up in my life, so I hustle. I work to find the finer things up in my life, so I hustle. Hey. I work to find the finer things up in my life, so I hustle. I work to find the finer things up in my life.
Now look, this is also not mutually exclusive to one thing. Don't just think, hey, I'm a practitioner when it comes to social media, therefore in every aspect of my life, I'm over here executing. No, that's simply not the case. The point here is to figure out exactly what areas in our lives, because I struggle with this too. Hey, where am I being a practitioner and where am I being a theorist? So now that we know that it's not only an every single day choice, it's also an every single activity choice, which means another thing. We need to be able to address within ourselves when we're being a practitioner and when we're being a theorist. So this is going to require a lot of self-awareness. Now, self-awareness is really difficult to implement. Self-awareness is one of the biggest marks of ownership in your life, business, relationships, and things like that. We need to be able to remove ourselves from our actions, or in most cases, our lack of actions when it's most appropriate. Now, none of us are perfect, and that includes myself. I find myself being a theorist when it comes to scrolling on social media. I can get wrapped up in a comment war just like that. 99.9% of the times it's over stuff that doesn't even matter. You know, should you be using this lens versus that lens? Who cares? It's up to the creative to decide. So by no means am I trying to insinuate that I have this all figured out. I find myself being a theorist more often than I care to admit. And that's the point of this video. I know if this is something that I struggle with, then I know it can be a help to you. So let me ask you, where are you struggling to execute? Why are you struggling to execute on it? It's time to be a practitioner. No more theorizing about, should I do this? Should I do that? How about just do? Because when you're executing, failure is not a loss. Failure is an opportunity to learn something that you wouldn't have just theorizing on a comment board. Let's execute on one more thing today than we would have yesterday. Thanks so much for checking out the vlog today. My name is James Young at jamesyoung.io, and I want to make these vlogs to be an encouragement for other creators who are out there and getting it, and be the voice that I wish that I had when I was younger, telling you to just go for it. Go pursue your dreams. So if you're into it, I would love it if you subscribed, and definitely leave a like on the video. It helps me out tremendously. Well, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.
said I'm D-Rock with the lyrics, I shoot everything walking. I'm all precision, bad decisions, taught the language I'm talking. I'm chalking white lines for the labels who said I never turn heads. The type of dudes I leave on scene cause they once left me on red. Peeping phantoms, taking meetings at hotels at a budget. Private